Hello everybody, today I am making a cold process soap, surprise surprise, and it is an Aqua Di Gio type by Nature's Garden, and I'm going to make it like the ocean theme, like I did my soap favors that I made a couple months ago. So in my soft oils I have my coconut milk powder, so I'm just going to make sure that that is all combined. In this container is my hard oils and butters. So I'm going to be adding my lye, which I think I'm going to strain it. I just made it, so sometimes there could be like some stuff that doesn't dissolve. So I'm just going to use a larger strainer just to strain it out, just to make sure there's not any chunks of anything in there. It doesn't appear that there is. Okay. And then this is the heat transfer method. So all this is taking the heat from your hot lye solution and melting down your hard oils and butters. That's it. You could add it to all of your oils. It's really up to you. I only separate mine because I like to add additives ahead of time to my soft oils, and I like to have that option. This usually takes about 5 minutes to melt down. And I'm not sure if I told you, but in my lye solution is mulberry silk and citric acid. Mulberry silk adds a nice glide to this soap, and the citric acid will actually boost your super fat a little bit, and it also will make less soap scum in your shower. So if you have hard water and you have like a lot of like metals in your soap, or not in your soap, in your water, then it actually will make those cling to it and wash down the drain rather than gunking up your tub or your shower. Because I know I have well water, and it's actually pretty good well water. It's not too bad, and we don't have a water softener or anything. Okay, so I'm going to be adding my hard oils to my soft oils to my hard oils and butters. And I'm going to scrape this out as much as I can because I'm going to reuse this container. Now it is kind of warm in my soaping room, but that's okay. At least I feel warm in my soaping room. I don't know what the actual temperature is in here. My house is set to 72, but I'm upstairs. And it's usually a few degrees warmer upstairs than it is downstairs because of science. Okay, so this will be, I want to split these off into 3 equal parts. There's going to be a blue, a white, and like a tan color. So let's see here. I think I'll go to 400. And then I'll go from there. So it's like 450. 450. 450. Let's go up to 5. Perfect. So 1500 altogether. So then these two are going to be, the one is going to be blue, so it's going to be Megan's Bay by Two Girls Micas, and I will leave a link down below for their store. And then into the blue one, I'm adding 1/3 of the fragrance. Okay. And this is a beautiful blue with a little bit of a sparkle to it. Oh, that's very pretty. Because I'm going to be doing like layers. So I just want to do, actually, should I stick blend it a little bit? I need to. Just like the littlest bit. There we go. Because I just want to make sure this sets up enough for my little bit of layering I'm doing. So there we go. Just a little layer of blue. And then in this one, I am adding titanium dioxide dispersed in some water. And I'm adding all of that into here. Disperse that like that. Got a little bit of that blue in there, that's fine. I'm making a big mess. And then I'm going to put a little bit more of the fragrance. Okay. And then, oh gosh, I'm splattering soap. Then you just stir it, and then you pour, then you add more white, you stir it, and you pour. In this last bowl or container, I'm adding a little bit of Gold Rush by Two Girls Micas and a little bit of walnut shell powder. And I'm just going to see how that goes. I just want like a nice sand color. I gotta make sure that disperses nicely. Might have to stick blend this. As far as the color goes, I think this will work. I don't want it to be too gold. All right, and then, oh no, 1 minute. Oops. I just dumped fragrance. It is what it is. All right, let me grab some fragrance. All right. Oops. Okay, there's the rest of the fragrance. I am a disaster. A disaster. Are you a soap maker if you've never dumped soap or fragrance or oils? All right. This is gonna be just like a nice tan, I think. Luckily, that really solidified underneath. So really all I needed to do was break the fall of this top layer just a little bit. Use one of these little plastic spoons, and I don't think this is solid enough to really do too much. The other ones I made like little waves on top, but I kind of like the way that this looks. Like a little swoop and a drizzle. I think I'm going to leave it at that. All right, I'm going to spray this down with some alcohol. Alrighty. And I'll just bring you guys up. There it is. Not really much to look at on top. I will bring you guys back for the cut, which will probably be tomorrow, but about 2 seconds for you. Alrighty, I am back for the cut. It's actually a couple days later. I didn't have time to really cut it yesterday, and I unmolded it early, a little too early as you could see from the side, in hopes of cutting it like an hour after I unmolded it, but then, you know, life happened, kids happened, and I never got to it. So it's been sitting for a couple of days now, and I need to get it cut so it doesn't get too firm and make it difficult to cut. So let's get going here. I hope that's good enough slice. That turned out pretty good. Now, if you could see, I don't know if you can that well, but there's the little sparkles in that mica there. So it's nice and sparkly, like the ocean water. Very cool. Now I have bars that are basically the same exact design, but they're like smaller sample sizes, so they're a little shorter and they're a lot skinnier. And I had some people ask me if I made normal size bars with that design because they would want some, and I was like, well, I don't, but I can, and I finally got around to doing it. So I really like the way that looks. And those micas, they really did a good job with that gold mica. Did a really good job making a nice sand color, and then the that blue one, that was a perfect color. little bit of air bubbles. Hello?
What are you doing in here?
I'm making soap. Stay back there. Stand back.
I am. Why are you gonna make heart molds and circle molds? Why are you gonna make these kind of molds?
I'll be making soap with those molds at another time.
You're gonna make them out of parts
Yeah.
and out of circles.
Yeah.
Why do we have soap?
Because I like to make
Mickey
soap.
Mouse soap.
Yeah. Oops.
Popsicle soap? What are these? What are these? What are these? What are these?
Those are spoons. Back up.